Welcome back to another episode of Coffee Meets Vodka. I'm your host, Rhea, and I'm handling life one shot at a time. Sit back, relax, let's talk all things pop culture, celebrities, gossip, trends, and let's become best friends. What? I'm just saying what everyone else is thinking. Welcome back, guys. What a weekend. What a conundrum. I feel like if I told you guys about my weekend, you wouldn't believe me, but you should because it really happened. I can't go into detail, but let's just say my life is a little crazy. You know, that TikTok sound. Also forgot the SD cards to the camera, so we're filming on the phone. I know that's a little TMI. No one really gives a fuck, but you know, roll with the punches with us. And that's what showbiz is all about, babe. Last week we had weird syncing issues and audio issues with Brandon Graves' episode of Buying Beverly Hills. I don't fucking know why. Our producer, made it as clean and as best as she could, and honestly it sounded a million times better than we initially started. It took 2 days to get there. So we're no tech people, but we are women with solutions, okay? And who can? Women can. Let's get into our brews and booze drink of the week. We have another Onda. Super excited to be working my way through this variety pack, this Paradise collection. Really good. We've liked everything so far. It's either been a 4 or 5. Can't wait to have this strawberry one. All right, let's get into it. Chars. Oh, refreshing. Pull drink for sure.
Yummy.
So it's strawberry. It could have a little more strawberry.
Yeah.
Slight. Like nothing too crazy, but just like a little bit more strawberry.
Like a couple more drops.
Yeah.
It's under mango, but it's still good.
Under mango, yeah. Mango's still like my number one for
Yeah.
Onda. Like that shit was good. And again, I'm not like a huge mango person, but it was really good. This one, yeah, just a little bit more strawberry. And I love like a strawberry lemonade. And this is giving strawberry lemonade, but like if you just like at Wendy's, they have the best strawberry lemonade.
It's like an iced down.
Yes, like watered down strawberry lemonade. Or strawberry flavor. There's no lemonade. I like this though. I'm going to give it a 4.
I'll give it a 4 too.
I'm trying to think of like other notes. Like it's mixed well. It just needs like a hint more of strawberry. It's very light. It's very airy. You could chug this and probably not throw up, but Can we talk about the energy that is just like going on in the world? I mean, shit is going to hell in a handbasket. Let me tell you, the drivers are crazy. People have quite literally lost their minds. I mean, I don't want to say it, but it is the eclipse and it's Mercury retrograde, which, by the way, we're filming early this week because we didn't want to be affected by the Mercury retrograde and eclipse because it was going to be right when we filmed yesterday, which, by the way, me and Taylor figured out both Brandon and Izzy's episode happened under Mercury retrograde. And like, we're literally putting it in the calendar. Like, sorry, we're not doing any crazy bookings during this time because like the technology issues are like beyond.
Yeah.
I just couldn't believe it. Literally almost the same things were happening like to Izzy's episode that it did to Brandon's. Not on like the same scale, I guess, but we were like, Taylor was like, is it Mercury retrograde? It's like, actually, it is. Like, it literally is Mercury retrograde. And speaking on that, like, I know people are like, oh, like, it's not real. But you know what? I don't really care what you think. On that note, like this Mercury retrograde specifically, but like Mercury retrogrades in general is the planet of communication. You should be very cautious about what you say to people and just in general. You should triple, quadruple, multiple times check contracts and not sign anything like super big during a Mercury retrograde. Also, I mean, yes, I agree, but sometimes like things are good and you like should move forward. Like I think you should just honor your needs and like what I mean is you shouldn't be impulsive. Like if you're gonna sign, if you've been looking to buy a house or you've been looking to buy a car, like looking to book a trip and you've been like actively planning it, like I wouldn't say like cancel you know, right now because Mercury retrograde is not supposed to happen. Like, you've been already planning that. I just mean, like, you know, more impulsive things. Don't do that, and like think twice, thrice before you speak and sign and do anything. I mean, the drivers are wild. Literally, me and Taylor were talking and she was like, yeah, just stay inside tomorrow. I'm like, no, I am, because the way that I'm not going to be caught dead on these roads and like another fucked up, fraudulent insurance situation, babe, you got me fucked up. Insurance won't be getting any more of my money. Anywho, but can we, I never like heard about the eclipse like when I was growing up, and now all of a sudden these once in a lifetime eclipses are happening like every 4 years. I don't know, it's giving sus. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like I don't want to bring politics into it. I might cut this, but I feel like the first time we heard about it was like during the election last year. And now it's not last year, 4 years ago. And now it's another fucking election year. And all of a sudden we have a once in a lifetime eclipse again. I'm not getting it, because I don't remember in high school, like, them over the announcements, guys, it's eclipse season. Like, don't look at the, you know, if you're going to be out there on lunch, like, have your little, and the gag is like sunglasses aren't okay. Like, nothing's okay other than these 3D theater glasses with the red and the blue. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. When you go to like the IMAX and they give you like the 3D paper glasses. Like, that's what we're supposed to be wearing to protect our corneas from burning from the hot sun. It's giving propaganda. Anywho, I might be just looking at it from my window from afar. I'm definitely not going to be staring into the sun. I already have bad eyesight as it is. I don't need anything worse. So, you know, wear those little Amazon sunglasses. And did you see that SNL skit that I sent to you this morning? It was Marcelo. What's his name? Marcelo something. The new young guy on SNL. He's pretty funny. And I'm not a huge SNL fan, but that guy's fucking funny. And Kenan Thompson and Marcelo was the New York earthquake, and then Kenan Thompson was the eclipse. Uh-huh. And they were like going against each other, and then towards the end of the sketch they were like, wait, let's band together and like make it even more epic and like whatever. It's a good sketch, actually. You guys should watch it on YouTube. But okay, moving on. Last week I got invited to something really cool. I got invited to a couple of dinners locally here in Houston. Went to Sorrento in Montrose, which is like a Italian restaurant. Super good. Well, it's like Italian. It's like Italian, but I had steak, and I do regret it because I should have just had the steak with you. Yeah. It's so fucking good though. I don't regret like the food. I just regret like the choices because I had steak 2 nights in a row, and I am old and my body cannot process that much meat. So good, dude. So good. Highly recommend. Had escargot at Sorrento for the first time. Tasted like calamari. I don't know what I was expecting, but like tasted like calamari. Mm-hmm. And then we went to Carne in like the Heights area. Yeah. And it was Korean barbecue, right? Yeah. Really good. I had the rest of the potatoes this morning.
The potatoes were so
good. They were rosemary something or other. Anyways, if you're looking for new restaurants to try in Houston area, if you're traveling, Sorrento and Carne, what is it? Carne Steakhouse? Yeah, Carne Steakhouse. Highly recommend. Okay, Jojo Siwa is in the realm of social media lately. I guess maybe she's always there, but girl, it is just infiltrated my feed, and everything I know about Jojo Siwa is against my motherfucking will. Dude, people are comparing her to like the rainbow dolls or whatever they're called, and it's like one of them's rainbow and like the other one's just like a goth version or like a monochromatic version of a JoJo. Like, she's literally still the same. She's doing the star, she's doing like the crazy hair, the glitter, all the things, but like now it's just in black and white in gray. Yeah. Like grayscale. Did you hear her song?
No.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
I honestly, I didn't Google it, but I was forced to watch it on TikTok, and I watched Abby Lee Miller, her old dance coach up from Dance Moms Hello, did a reaction video to Karma. Abby was like, I loved it. Abby, what did you love about it? Like, you were, the way that, like, the choreography actually for, like, Karma isn't that terrible, but Jojo Siwa is, like, overdoing it. Like, she's going so hard and it's, like, so sloppy. Like, it's not good. And she was on Nick Viall's podcast last week or something, and she was like, the internet? Like, why does she talk like that? What did she say in that cringy, when she was in the RV and she goes, if you could have, she goes, all right, if you could have somebody at your dinner, dead or alive, like, who would it be? Like, she has, like, a weird, like, Adam Sandler, all right, guys. Like, does she have, like, a speech impediment? Like, she can't say her R's or something?
Not that I know of.
She's really cool. I don't know. She's, like, kind of, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make fun of her or like, like, having an ailment, but she's, like, she sounds like Sylvester from, like, Tweety Bird. Like, Sylvester, Pussycat. Like.
Yeah, the cat.
Or, yeah. Is it just Sylvester?
I think it's just Sylvester.
Yeah, okay. She sounds like Sylvester to me. And I'm like, why is she talking? And I know it's not a speech impediment because I just feel like she's being, like, lazy with her mouth and, like, her words. Which, babe, you need that mouth to work. So, I don't know if a lot of people are going to get that. That was the lesbian joke. So, she was going around. She had a release party. And then there was another song that she premiered at her release party, which is from a girl from 2 years ago. And people are like, babe, this is not your vocals and this is not your song. Like, it's this other girl. And I don't remember the girl's name. It just, like, people were like, oh my God. Like, she couldn't even hit the note on Traitors when she was singing Traitor by Olivia Rodrigo. Mm-hmm. She's like, you're still a traitor. And, like, her face got, like, as bright as my Focusrite little thingy-mabob. I'm not saying I'm a great singer, but I'm not out here trying to put out an album. And if I was, it would be, like, more of, like, a Luann de Lesseps, like, cabaret. I would love to do cabaret, actually. I think I would be really good at it. I'm a performer, baby. I'm a performer, darling. You know, you see the Luann, like, the low voice. And then she also said, or she didn't say, but I heard today that Karma's a bitch. What is the word? What is this? What is the thing? Is it just Karma as the album name? I mean, the song name?
Of her song?
Yeah, I think it's just Karma. That was supposed to be a Miley Cyrus song on her Can't Be Tamed album by Disney.
Yeah, it's just Karma.
Yeah, but Miley scrapped it. Thank God. Could you guys imagine? The lyrics aren't that great. Also, the song starts, I was a bad girl. But don't you want to be a bad girl now? You actually weren't a bad girl. You are a bad girl now, allegedly, according to you. I don't know, dude. I never liked JoJo, even on Dance Moms, which I know is, like, as a kid. I mean, she was, like, a good dancer. Like, I mean, I never disliked any of the kids, but, like, yeah, she's, like, so insufferable. I just remember I saw, was it this, like, MTV Cribs about her where she was like, hey, MTV Cribs, welcome to my home. Like, and she's like, this is my merch room. Yeah, it's a lot of Jojo Siwa content. Like, I just feel like she talks like that. Anyways, she took us around her room. And, I mean, honestly, I kind of blame her parents. At least, I was going to say at least she's not going crazy, but, like, I think she kind of wants to go crazy. Like, she wants to have, like, a Lindsay Lohan, Miley Cyrus moment. And I don't know if that's, like, I mean, Miley Cyrus, fine. Like, she was just sticking her tongue out and shit. But, like, I just don't know why these stars need to go down. And I'm not a, you know, mega pop star. So who am I to say? I have no idea. But I just don't understand why. Like, that makes me think Jojo Siwa's like, I want to do bangers. I want to do bangers just like Miley. Also, dude, she didn't know. Jojo Siwa did not know who Gene Simmons was. Somebody was like on E.T. Entertainment Tonight, I believe. They were like, oh, like, yeah, a lot of people are comparing you to, you know, X, Y, and Z. And it was the part where she goes, yeah, like, you know, Elvis was the first to do it. You know, he was a first to, like, he wasn't afraid of anything and blah, blah, blah. And I don't know what he was the first to do. Like, wear leotards? I don't know. But anyways, and then, like, they're having a conversation, you know, JoJo names Elvis, Prince, Freddie Mercury, like whatever. And then the interviewer goes, people have also compared you to Gene Simmons. She's like, I don't know who that is. I'll have to Google it. I'll add it to the list. I love that. Babe, you don't know who Gene Simmons is? That's who you look like the most. The most. Crazy dude. I mean, look, she's living her best life. But I just had a question. Like, did Miley, like, was Miley, oh, you know what this is also giving? Jojo Siwa was like, I'm the first to do it in my generation. And I just said, look, I want to make history. No one's done it in my genre. It's called gay pop. Like, no one's done it. It was giving Debbie Ryan. She goes, I walked into Disney and you know what I said? I want to make history. And that's what we did. We made history. Have you seen that?
No.
You've never seen babe, I cannot fucking speak today. You've never seen the Debbie Ryan TikToks of her being like, yeah, it scares me to sit still. You've never seen that?
No.
Oh my God. That's a TikTok classic. I've got to send it to you. Dude, that's what it was giving. So what I was going to say is I wonder if Miley sat down with like her team, Rock Mafia or whatever, because Rock Mafia was the one that produced this Karma song from Jojo Siwa, and she didn't write it. There was no vocals. There was nothing, or I guess she's just singing it, whatever. She wasn't a writer, blah, blah. And Rock Mafia produced Miley's banger album and anyways, has worked with some of the songwriters on there. I just wonder if Miley Cyrus sat down and was like, Disney, Rock Mafia, you know what I want to do? I want to break free. Or do you think she just like naturally was like, I kind of want to do more of like an edgy album? Whereas like Jojo Siwa is like, you know what I want to do? I want to make history with gay pop. Like, babe, what? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like, I think it was just, like, natural for Miley, and JoJo's taking it, like, so literal, and she's like, I need to spell it out. And this is my rebrand, you guys. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, good lordy, good lordy. Anyways, Abby Lee Miller approved the music video, which was wild. I mean, the special effects or, like, the CGI, like, the video was good. The costumes were cool, I guess. I mean, whatever. They all look like superhero villains, but that's fine. It looks like, you know what it kind of looks like? A part 2 of Shark Boy and Lava Girl. That's what Karma video is giving me, is giving part 2 of Shark Boy and Lava Girl. I personally like Shark Boy and Lava Girl. That was where I fell in love with, what's his name? Taylor Lautner. I guess I didn't love him that much. I forgot his name. Oh my God. I swear to God, I'm brain fried from this weekend, you guys, if you only knew. Okay. Sabrina Carpenter did her SKIMS campaign. And by the way, I guess that's why Taylor and Travis are going to Coachella specifically to support their friends. That was like an article that came out. They were like, they're headed to the Coachella Valley to support their friends. Is Lana Del Rey performing too? Probably. But anyways, Sabrina Carpenter is the new SKIMS, spring? Spring, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Spring SKIMS girl or whatever. Girl, get your money, get that back. I think it's crazy that Kim is infiltrating Taylor's friend group. Kim said, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Babe, that's wild. That is a page out of Rhea's book 101. Although, I've matured and I'm like over it. It's just so funny because like some people never like grow up. But like, I just wonder if like Taylor and Kim have kind of had like conversations behind, well, I don't know, honestly, if truthfully, I think Taylor's over it, but I don't know if she would ever trust to have a conversation with Kim in, fear of being recorded again. But I just wonder if, or these conversations are in person or something, but I just wonder if they're having conversations and like this big reveal maybe towards Taylor's album or maybe like a Reputation whenever it drops or something, maybe later this year, that like maybe Taylor will be a SKIMS ad girl. But Taylor's never done anything like that. I don't think that's part of her brand. I don't think she really would ever do that. She literally just does her music, which by the way, Taylor Swift became the first billionaire ever to make $1 billion or be in the Billionaires Club solely, strictly based off music, which is very, very cool. Everybody else, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Rihanna, all of them, they all have like other side businesses as well and like investments and things like that. So that's like very cool for her. Congrats to that. Sabrina Carpenter is so First of all, I found out she was a Taurus, which I guess still tracks, but she's giving like heavy Cancer energy, and her Venus is in Cancer. And I just feel like she's like leading with her Venus, and she looks like a little baby doll, a little baby Barbie doll, and I'm loving it. She's so creative, and it might not just be her, right? But obviously it's like her idea when she was like performing is it the Feathers song where she makes it different on that one chorus?
Nonsense.
Oh, nonsense. That shit is so creative to me.
She does it for every single one.
Show.
I see it all on TikTok.
Me too. And I'm like, wow, like I just wonder. I mean, and they're all a slay. Like one is better than the other. Like they just gradually, and I'm like, damn, not one of them was bad. So that's really cool for her. And Bachelorette news. Okay, so you know how we said like Jen was confirmed for the new Bachelorette. Oh, sorry, the new Bachelorette, and which is so great. I guess she's like the second POC, right? Or she's like the first Asian, but the second because Rachel was the first. Or
Rachel?
No, Lindsay.
Charity.
Oh, Rachel, then Charity, now Jen, right?
I think so.
Charity was like last Bachelorette. Yeah. Okay,
Charity's...
so I think Rachel was first. Rachel Lindsay. Lindsay.
I don't think I watched.
Can't fucking talk, dude. Anyways, but some news came out over the weekend. Like I know it had been speculated. I thought we already kind of discussed that. You know, Maria was like a audience favorite, and that was their first pick. And then it came out that they actually filmed, I guess, a couple episodes, or at least like one episode or something, and they picked the guys based off of Maria's preferences. And then Maria like freaked out, and she didn't want to do the Bachelorette anymore, so they scrambled. They asked Daisy said no, and then they asked Jen, and Jen said yes. I would have taken it. Like, yeah. I don't think Jen should have said no, for sure. Yeah. But you were saying that they look weird. Like, the guys, not look weird, but, like, the guys don't look like her type or something. I haven't seen them.
They, like, everyone was, like, reacting to them. They're like, oh, like, the men for Jen's season, like, it just didn't, like, fit.
Match.
Yeah.
Well, get your coin, baby. Which I think is crazy, because after coming off such, like, a good Bachelor season of Joey's season, and like because like the Bachelor fans have been not liking it for like a while, like, and they've really, I mean, that's just what I've heard, like on Twitter, X, and you know, and whatnot, like that they're just like, oh, there's like not a good season of like the Bachelor or Bachelorette anymore, like blah blah blah. And like apparently Joey's was like a good like refresh to get everybody back in the groove, and then on that momentum, and then hopefully it's still good. I mean, we're rooting for you, Jen.
Maria's dad's sprinkle company.
Also, I guess I was talking, I thought it was you, but I guess I was talking to my other friend about how, because she watches The Bachelor, and she was saying that, like, I thought she said that Maria's mom was, like, a designer or something, but Kathy was telling me that her dad owns a sprinkle company. How cool is that? That's kind of interesting and different.
Yeah, he worked with Maria's grandpa, had a chocolate, like, business.
Chocolatiers.
And then her dad branched out and started the sprinkle business.
And what is it? The Jubilee what?
Jubilee Candy Corp.
And I thought you said candy corn. And I was like, oh, child. Candy corn is like the worst kind of candy. I'm not really like a huge candy sweets girl. If I am eating candy, it's like Reese's, or it's sour, like sour worms specifically. And not like Warheads or anything, but like definitely something sour. Like, candy corn. I'm getting nauseous. Who the fuck is eating candy corn? You guys should be arrested. Jail. Immediately jail. I would actually like to know, DM me if you eat candy corn on Halloween, or if you're doing, because you know they make like the Valentine's Day candy corn too, and like the Christmas candy corn. If you're a candy corn eater, DM me so I can shame you, okay? You guys should be shamed. I'm just kidding. That sounded mean. I'm not gonna shame you. I am gonna laugh at you and just try to understand like your taste buds, because it's giving chalk. Have you ever had candy corn?
I don't like candy corn.
Yeah, who does? Candy corn hater over here. Okay, Sasha Baron Cohen and Isla Fisher are announced their divorce after 14 years of marriage and like 20-something years together. They specifically said that it has nothing to do with Rebel Wilson's claims, but that they just tried to hang on and it just had its course. Rebel Wilson is coming out with a new book soon. It's called Rebel Rising. I'm sorry. It's already out. Excusez-moi. Wow, this is from The Cut, one of the biggest celebrity memoirs of the year. Okay. You know, they always say that. Everybody's always a New York Times bestseller, always the best book of the year. And I get it. Like, if we only know thus far, it is probably the best book of the year. You know what I mean? I get it. But, like, how is everybody number one? It's giving, you know, when realtors are like, this is so niche, but, like, I'm the top 1% of agents. Babe, no, you're not. No, you're not. How is everybody number one? He was number one. That's from SpongeBob. Anyways. God, sometimes I feel like I have Tourette's. It's like so niche. These little tics. He was number one. Why do I remember that? Okay. Australian actor does not hold back in her writing, sharing everything about her rocky upbringing, fertility journey, and yes, all the details about Sasha Baron Cohen. You know, which I think is so cool. So, like, Rebel Wilson was dating, I think a man, like, right before she got married, but, like, she was dating men, and then they broke up, whatever. She wanted to be a mom. She was like, you know, I guess it was that time in her life. She went down this fertility journey, and I believe she hired a surrogate, if I'm not mistaken. And then she met her now wife, and they were literally married, I want to say, like, within 9 months or, like, at least a year. And the wife was, like, I think, like, month 3, like, the surrogate was already, I really want to say that it was a surrogate. If not, please, I'm sorry. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But I want to say that the surrogate was, like, 3 months pregnant, and then Rebel met her now wife and was like, oh, hey, like, you know, I love you, I want to be with you, but also, like, I'm on this, like, baby journey. And anyways, the wife was, like, on board. She was like, oh yeah, like, let's do it, like, you know, whatever. So I thought that was cool. You know, all of your dreams can come true with the right person, and I love that. Sasha Baron Cohen gets a chapter. Wow. Okay, they were in this movie called The Brothers Grimsby. Never heard of it. She claimed that he was sexually harassed her on set prior to the release of Rebel Rising. Wilson shared a video on Instagram which said she had, quote, worked with a massive asshole, end quote, and that there was a chapter dedicated to him in her book. She later revealed that the, quote, massive asshole, end quote, was Baron Cohen. She also claimed that the Borat star, quote, tried to threaten her, end quote, and attempting to stop the book being published. Quote, it felt like every time I'd speak to Sasha Baron Cohen, he'd mention that he wanted me to go naked in a future scene. Quote, end quote. Wilson wrote, and Rebel Rising, quote, I was like, I don't do nudity, Sasha, end quote. And apparently it was like, she also, I think in the book, it said, from what I heard, is that he was like, stick your finger in my ass. I'm gonna, like, bend over and, like, stick a finger in my ass. And she was like, no, like, she never did it. But, like, she was like, no, that's weird and gross. Oh yeah, later, okay, this is what it says. Later in the shoot, Wilson was told that she needed to be on set to film a, quote, additional scene. Wilson writes that she arrived to shoot the scene. Baron Cohen pulled his pants down and said, okay, now I want you to stick your finger up my ass. Did he say, okay, now I want you to stick a finger up my ass? Like, did he say it like Borat? Was that not a good Borat voice? Anyways, she said, I was now scared. I wanted to get out of there. So I finally compromised. I slapped him on the ass and improvised a few lines as the character, Wilson wrote. Baron Cohen just denied any of this happened. I don't know, babe. We never saw the movie, but I'll probably read Rebel's book because I do love a celebrity memoir. Specifically, this is so niche, and I've never noticed this about me until, like, recently, like a couple of years ago. Like, specifically, I like comedian memoirs. They're always, like, usually pretty dark, too. So I'll be adding that to my list on Goodreads, actually. Gypsy Rose is separating from her husband, allegedly brother husband. Who knows? I have no idea. Nothing. Did anything come, like, did we get clarity on that situation if it was her half brother or not?
I don't know anything.
I don't either. Anywho, they're getting divorced. And guess what? They're separated. She immediately called another man who she was engaged to in jail. And literally not even like 2 weeks later, they're already dating and they got matching tattoos over the weekend. Okay, well. People are down bad for Gypsy Rose. Okay, that's fine.
You see she got a nose job?
No.
I saw like...
I knew she got highlights.
No, there's like a picture of her and she has like nose tape, like the bandages.
Oh.
Let me find it.
She's making off with that influencer money, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Well, oh no, her influencer transformation has started. Next is the BBL and the tits. Buccal fat removal.
Someone made a joke. Oh yeah, someone was like BBL, Gypsy Rose BBL.
Could you imagine if she had a BBL? I was never into the BBL, by the way, for myself or on other people. You guys, like Kim Kardashian looked like fucking, like one of those ants from A Bug's Life. Like, I'm good. Dude, this story came back from the dead, in my opinion. Not from the dead, but like, I used to watch this show growing up. The Conjoined twins, Brittany and Abby Hensel, not to get confused with Hensler, got married last week. And they didn't get married. Abby got married. So Abby is the one, like, not in the middle of this photo. I'll add the photo up here. It's Abby, Brittany, and then the husband. Babe, okay, and I gotta tell you, because so many people had questions to this, and I used to watch their show, right? And like, they couldn't get separated. Like, season 1, they were trying to get separated and whatnot, but they couldn't because of the way that they were conjoined. This is like a vague memory of like when I was a kid, like in junior high, so please don't, come for me if this is not the right information. But from what I remember, I think they were like too conjoined, and it would be life or death if they got separated. But wait, now I'm thinking about it, because then they're only going to be split in half. What about an arm and a leg? Wait, would they be using like prosthetics, or would they just be like one half and like use like a arm cane or something?
I don't know. Maybe that's
because
why
they don't have. Yeah, because they only have 2 arms and 2 legs. They don't have like 4. You know how like, or even if you had 4 legs. Oh my God, could you imagine? I'm just saying, like, yeah, if they got split in half, how would that work? I don't know. I'm no doctor. Anywho, I'm getting off track here. So, okay, I don't know if this is true. I think I realized, or not I think I realized, but I think it came out on Twitter that like this was like a meme, like a fake like excerpt or whatever. But somebody from allegedly their Twitter X account, Brittany and Abby Hensel, at 2 heads are better. I don't think that's true. Wait, now I'm reading the handle. I don't think that's true. Okay, I don't know. But I just thought this answered a lot of good questions though. Because everybody had questions like, okay, like if you're having sex, like, is your sister there looking? And, if you're going down on your man, like, does she have to put a blindfold on? Like, what's going on? All these things. And are you guys both married? And apparently it's just the one that's married, because they have like different IDs, different social securities, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. Mm-hmm. 2 heads are better than 1 on Twitter /X. Because everyone is asking, we're just going to tell you. Yes, I have sex with my husband. Yes, I go down on him. Yes, my sister Brittany is there. Yes, my sister and I orgasm as one. But when I sleep with my husband, she's usually reading a book or listening to a true crime podcast. So she just puts the pleasure out of her mind. What? Could you imagine orgasming and then being like, no, I don't feel anything? Well, I don't know. I've been there, actually. Who hasn't, Get it over with, please. Put me out of my misery. But dude, like, because she, like, so the other twin, Brittany, feels it because they have, like, the one vagina, but she's, like, just pretending she's not orgasming, too. Babe, I'm uncomfy. That's wild. I'm sorry. That's wild. But it was the answers that we needed. And that was, they're doing the Lord's work. Whether this is true or not, I honestly, I do hope it is, because they were giving us the answers that we really needed. Apparently, Brittany might be in the LGBT community. We're not too sure, because she said that, like, the guy is not her sister's type, meaning, like, and somebody, they, like, insinuated that it was, like, she was into women. So I don't know, whatever. I hope they're happy. I just think that's the TLC show that we need to bring back. That's almost giving Sister Wives, but like, that's the brother husbands that we need. You know what I mean? Like, TLC was trying to make brother husbands a thing, and like, babe, you're just in a polyamorous relationship. Like, this is the brother husbands that we need, because they're all gonna have to live together and like a house. And then here's the thing, when the other one gets married, are they gonna have to like switch off in which bed they sleep in? Or like, are they gonna get like the Alaskan or like the Cal King, and then the girls are gonna sleep in the middle, and then their partners on like the respective side of them? TLC, pick up the camera stat please, because I need answers. Okay, and last but not least, you guys, The Valley continues to be the show that keeps on giving. I don't know if I said this. I'm pretty sure that I did, but I'm like done with VPR. Like, I'm done with Vanderpump Rules. It's just, I can't fucking take it anymore. I don't want to take it anymore. It's been shoved down my throat. I'm over it. The Valley, dude. So good. So this last episode of last week was the iconic table scene. I just feel like we need like a Renaissance painting of like iconic Bravo table scenes. And I think this Valley table scene is going to be the second place under the Amsterdam trip Real Housewives of Beverly Hills table scene. Beast? You beast? That one. Where are people doing coke in your bathroom? That iconic table scene in Amsterdam. Don't talk about the husbands. That one. Kristen was like, okay, so they go to this dinner at Michelle Lally's house, which I kind of like that last name, Lally. Lally. I don't know. Anyways, first of all, this is the aftermath of it ending on a cliffhanger of Kristen saying that Michelle Lally was a racist and a Republican. Now, I don't know which is worse to them in that scenario. I'm not making light of like any of this, but I just think you have to laugh at, like, in my opinion, obviously being, you know, if somebody's coming for your character saying that you're a racist, to me, that's worse. They were saying that Republican was worse. They were saying that being called a Republican was like worse than being called racist. Anyways, that's what Zach said in his confessional. I don't think this is going to age well at fucking all for them. But anyways, so they go to this dinner at Michelle and Jesse's listing. They're both in real estate. And I do think it's crazy, like Kristen throwing around crazy accusations like that. Michelle was like, I'm a first generation Persian and Mexican woman. Like, I'm literally not racist. I would not have friends. Nobody at this table would be my friend if I was racist. You know what I mean? I mean, I think that is a huge accusation. Jesse got fed the fuck up and was like, that's rich coming from you. You got fired from being an actual racist on Vanderpump Rules. Dude, he fucking said what we were all thinking. Now, I don't know, because I saw Faith come out again this week with another article trying to sue Bravo for some same bullshit about how she wasn't treated fairly or something like that. Like, it's this same lawsuit over and over. So I don't really know Faith's MO, and if she, you know, I don't know. I feel like, in my opinion, it's kind of hard to trust her word, because I do feel like she's a little bit fame hungry and camera hungry, and that's fine. But, you know, don't cry wolf, because it negates all the serious accusations. I'm not taking that away from Faith at all if she has felt and has had allegations or accusations and has felt some type of racism in the workplace. Like, I'm not saying that, but I'm confused as to why we're still going down this route years later. So now she's suing Bravo again. But yeah, Kristen was on her confessional and she's like, I know. I don't know if you guys are going to understand the fucking like humor that it is, because it's so like LOL stupid and like obviously serious at the same time. But I'm like, what world do we live in? She literally is on the couch and she's like, I just think that's so low of Jesse to bring up the fact that, you know, I was fired on Vanderpump Rules for being a racist. I mean, yeah, I was. It was the lowest point of my life. I mean, I was canceled. The fact that she's just like, I mean, I know I was the lowest point of my life. I was canceled. Like, looked in the camera and was like, I was canceled. Like, I just, it's the TV that we need, you know, the lack of self-awareness. And I still like Kristen. And I will say, out of all the years that I've liked her, this is obviously not, now I'm questioning it, babe. You're like 40, 41. But she does make good TV, and we have to admit that. Sometimes we need villains on the show that make good TV. But I don't know, dude. The Valley is kind of giving, and it's like a. I'm not hate watching, but I feel like a lot of people are hate watching. I'm genuinely loving it. Like, I think it's a fresh. Oh, and then Jax was at his bar last weekend, talking about how he was on the microphone. We need to get karaoke out of these bars. Tom Tom's, Schwartz and Sandy's, Jack's studio. Like, we need to get the karaoke microphone out of these bars. But Jax was saying, like, on the mic, he was just sitting down at like a random table with, I guess, like his party, like his friends. I didn't recognize any of them. And he was like, it's all fake. The show is fake. It's scripted. We're acting. Okay, first of all, we like kind of know that. But two, like, take the fucking mic away, okay? And then him and Sandoval were singing karaoke like a couple weeks ago too. I don't know. And is Jax moving to Florida with some hockey thing, or was that an April Fool's joke? Oh my God. By the way, I don't know if I said this last week. People who fucking do April Fools and pranks and like prank couples and prank families. Babe, I would rather run a motherfucking 5K on Thanksgiving than be in a prank family or a prank couple or anybody who like thinks April Fool's is funny. It's like, makes me gag. It's like the biggest ick. So immature. I'm just like, oh my God. No respect for me and no respect for yourself. Like, that just personally is not my kind of humor. Like, I personally think I have a good sense of humor, and like pranking people doesn't cross my mind. I don't like to be pranked, and I don't get joy out of seeing other people. Now, if we're like on a punked show, like, okay, that's different. Punked is like a one-time thing. Like, I'm seeing like the pranking families like on TikTok where they do like the balloons and the dart guns and the water guns. Babe, do you know how long this makeup took? Not this, but sometimes my makeup takes a while and is fucking expensive with my skincare and stuff. Easily $500. Suck my ass over it. Anyways, on that note, that's all we have for you today. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope it comes out good. Please subscribe, rate, like, share with your friends anywhere you get podcasts: Apple, Spotify, YouTube at Coffee Meets Vodka. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at coffee.meets.vodka. And we will see you guys again next week. Bye.